Hey, good morning, y'all. It is Monday morning, the 20th of September. Ken and I are back on trail. You remember the Pigeon River Bridge there? And we are just about ready to go under I-40. We had a good morning. Got up early, got everything packed up, and our ride was waiting for us at the hotel at 8 o'clock. And had a special treat. Our friend Babbitt actually showed up with the shuttle driver. They're good friends, and so he came up. He heard that we were getting a shuttle, so he wanted to see us one more time. So it's good to see Babbitt again. I had a good time chatting with him on the way back out to the trail. So alright, we're heading up here. We're going to go under the highway and head back up into the hills. So
you'll notice, oh, they don't notice because it's not turned around, but Up has a new hat.
Yep, got a new hat, and did a little resupply on the way back to the trail too. There's a couple of things we didn't find at the gas station, so we had to stop by Walmart, but it was right on the way, so that was good. But yeah, we're gonna get back up on the trail, and all right, you saw my new hat. And we do have a climb to do today. We're down at about 1,000 feet, and we have to go back up to 4,000 feet in just a couple miles. So it's going to be a little climb. The weather's warm. It's got a really warm wind, but again, showers off and on today. So we'll probably do the whole put on rain gear and then take it back off again all day long. But and it is quite windy today too, so alright, let's go ahead and get you back up into the woods. Alright, we made it under the I-40 overpass, and just walking up this road a little bit. A white blaze on that tree to show that we're still on trail, and we're just getting ready to go up the stairs. Goes right up into the woods. Right up there. Man, the little flies are flying around like crazy. Alright. Hope you guys are ready to get on the Stairmaster, because we are going up. Alright, sometimes we run into obstacles on the trail. Got this big old oak tree that's fallen down. And hard part is when they're right about belly height. And it's too low to go under, but also too hard to go over. And it goes way down the hill that way. And it's almost straight up the hill and brushy to the end of that one, so you can't really go around very easy. So, but Kindle's on the hard side. I'm over here on the crossed side, so I managed to get over. Hard part is getting the Kindle over. So alright, let's see if we can do this. Alright, we're making our way up to the top of Snowbird Mountain.
Snow Peak.
Snow Peak.
Snowbird, maybe?
I think it's Snowbird Peak. And it's kind of weird. It's been cleared or burnt at the top or whatever. It's brushy, but there aren't any trees up here. And not quite at the top yet though, but hoping we might get a spot where we get a little view. But it is windy today. Got an air traffic control tower, little radar beacon for the airplanes. So it's kind of a weird little spot, but if you're on top of Snowbird Peak, and we are headed off that way, and still avoiding the rain, but I don't know for how much longer. Get down off this peak before it starts. Come on, let's go. Alright, Kendall and I made it to the shelter, Groundhog Creek shelter. We're not actually staying here, but it's about 1:30, so we're going to stop and have some lunch. We got some Ritz crackers with smoked salmon, a bag of Doritos, and we're still eating some of the food that was left for us. Actually, the smoked salmon and the dried bananas and apples were also left at the NOC for us in that box, so we're still eating that food. And so that's our lunch. Actually looks pretty good. So, oh, we also bought a Gatorade at the gas station. We like this Gatorade. It's got electrolytes in it, and yeah. And the Gatorade we need to drink because that's what we mix our hot cocoa in the morning, so that needs to be gone by tomorrow. So we're gonna have that for lunch. So looks pretty good. Let's eat. Actually closed a couple months ago. People used to be able to camp up there, but they closed it just because of all the trash and stuff people have been leaving and trampling the vegetation and all. So they actually closed it and said that it will be closed for the next couple of years. So anyway, Max Patch and the area we're walking through now, and if you saw the sign at the beginning, was because of bear activity, all the camping in here has been closed, like the Groundhog Creek shelter that we just went past, and you're not allowed to stay there at Max Patch or any stealth sites in between. Camping is not allowed, so we have to get up over Max Patch and down the other side. And so we got about 8 miles to go yet today. We're aiming for a shelter just because of the way the weather looks. I'm thinking we need to be in shelter tonight and not our tents. So got about 8 miles. It's a little bit before 2, so we should be all right. Might get in a little bit later than normal, or we might feel good and make good time. So we'll see how the trail treats us, how the weather holds out, and see if we can, well, we will make it to that shelter. There's no other option really. So it's a matter of what time we get there. So far the weather's held up pretty well. It's been really windy, obviously, and it's right now it's sprinkling just a little bit. You can see we got our ponchos on, but it's not really, the ground isn't wet or anything, so it hasn't rained that hard yet. We did see one other hiker, but that was clear down by the road. I'm thinking he stayed, there's a hostel down there called Standing Bear Hostel right at the freeway, kind of just up from there. I'm thinking he either parked or stayed at the hostel, and he headed south into the Great Smoky Mountains. So I'm thinking he's maybe camping or hiking there. So we have seen nobody else today, and we've been out here almost 5 hours, so the trail's been quiet. Alright, I'm going uphill. Can't breathe no more. Hope you guys are doing better than I am. So, alright, let's go up and find Mac's patch. Okay, we are approaching the summit of a mountain called Mac's Patch. Kind of a weird name, but kind of a popular area for people to come up and view the sunrise and sunsets. It used to be a big camping area up here, but they just closed it for revegetation and stuff. But anyway, we see nothing. Typical of the Smoky Mountains that we had last week. We're just all fogged in. It's drizzly and foggy and windy. We're not going to get any views today, but still good to be up here conquering another mountain. But anyway, we're almost to the top, and then once we get to the top, it's about a 2-mile drop downhill to our shelter. So alright, let's go into the fog. Alright, we made it over Mac's Patch and got back down in the tree line. It's a little calmer down in here. Started getting a little windy and cold up there with the fog, but still foggy down in here and dark. But anyway, it's a lot better being into the trees. So, alright, we got about 1.5 miles or so down to the shelter. It's a little after 5 now, so should be rolling in there right about 6, which is actually a pretty good time. Much earlier than we thought. So trail's been good to us today, and weather's been kind of off and on, but hasn't really been that bad. It's just been foggy and misty. It hasn't really rained really hard yet, so we're still mostly dry. Got a little bit of wet feet from walking through the wet grass up on the bald, but not too bad. So alright, let's head down to the shelter. Alright y'all, sorry it's a little dark, but made it into the Roaring Fork shelter a while ago, but just remembered I keep forgetting to do the videos once we get in. We just get so wrapped up in doing our stuff that I forget the video. But Kendall's in there. She's got her Christmas lights or her fairy lights hanging in there. But you know, a few other guys in here with us, 2 other guys. One of the guys we were with in the shelter at the ice water shelter in Smokies, so I'm good to catch up with him again. But yeah, we made it in a good time. Got here a little bit before 6 actually, which is a lot earlier than we thought we would, and had some dinner, and just getting ready for bed now. I found a couple things in my backpack that some food and stuff that I forgot to put in the bear vault, so now I'm walking up to the bear vault to put that in. But need to remember where I hid it at. Oh, here it is over here. And yeah, so it's a good shelter, good conversation with the hikers there. And so it's not raining yet, but we're thinking tomorrow it's going to rain, so we're just going to go ahead and play it by ear tomorrow. We're not in a big hurry tomorrow to get out on and onto the trail. So, but the southbound hiker today said that the trail from here on out is pretty easy down into Hot Springs. So we'll see what we can do. And we have reservations at Hot Springs on Wednesday, so we might pump the brakes a little bit and do a little bit shorter day tomorrow, maybe 12 miles or so, and then roll into Hot Springs on Wednesday morning. So anyway, we're going to call it a night, and I hope you guys had a great day, and we will see you back on the trail tomorrow. Have a good night. Hey everybody, good morning. It's Tuesday the 21st of September, and we are getting packed up. We're here at the Roaring Fork shelter. Got in last night at pretty good time, got here about 6, and a couple other guys, One-Eyed Jack and Lightning, were in the shelter with us, and then a couple people camping outside as well. But One-Eyed Jack's going south and Lightning's going north, pretty much the same distance we're going, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we stayed dry last night. We're glad to be in the shelter. It rained most of the night last night, and it's pretty dark today. It's very similar than yesterday, with it just being overcast, cloudy, sprinkly, drizzly kind of rain. But yeah, we're getting packed up, getting ready to go, getting ready to get out on the trail. So glad to have you with us today, and hope you enjoy the hike. Come on, let's go. And we're off, heading up trail. So this little side trail just comes in from the shelter. The shelter's not too far off, it's just right down in there. And our trail heads up in. Right here's the Appalachian Trail. There's the sign for the shelter there, and this is the Appalachian Trail here. Pretty good trail yesterday, and I think today is going to be about the same. A lot of these old flat road grades, not a lot of rock. Supposedly a few roots up here, but not so bad. Pretty easy walking to get a stride and a rhythm going, so hopefully we'll be able to move along pretty good today. Woods is a little squishy, but you can see here it's nice and wide. We're not having to walk through a lot of brush and stuff, which is nice, so hopefully that will continue as well. So
What time is it?
it is 8:51. Again, a little bit later start, but we knew that the weather was going to kind of break around 9 or so, so we're trying to wait out the heavier rain, and it seemed like that worked out pretty well. Getting a little bit later start, but at least we're having a little bit better weather to walk in. So all right, let's head up the trail, see what we can find. Just want to show you that it is possible, but we see blue sky up there.
Just patches.
Just patches. Haven't seen that on the trail in a while, but every once in a while we get a little patch of blue sky and the sun come out. But at least it's not raining today. That's been a good thing. We've been a couple miles up the trail now. It's about 20 after 10. The trail's been decent. It's been just what you're seeing now, just dirt, a lot of root, but not too bad. And haven't really done much hills today, up or down, so it's been kind of nice. But the temperature right now is actually almost perfect for hiking. We both have our jackets off, we're in our t-shirts. It's still a little damp, but with the cloud cover, it's good lighting, and it's just been a fun day this morning so far, just chatting as we're going down the trail, and yeah, it's been good. So I'm probably going to stop up here. There's a road crossing and a parking lot not too far up ahead. Maybe stop there and have a granola bar and get a little something to drink. But yeah, it's been a pretty good trail so far. Alright, let's go ahead and go up the trail. Alright, we are kind of coming to the end of our hike today. Got just a little under 2 miles left to go to the shelter and campsite. And the sun's out shining right now. It was raining about an hour ago, but the sun come back out, so, and it's warm, so we're hoping we can get down here in time and get the tent set up and actually sleep in tents tonight instead of the shelter. Apparently the shelters up this way are getting smaller and more run down, so and then we're also going into town tomorrow, so we don't really care too much more about getting wet in the tents. So we'll be going into the town of Hot Springs tomorrow, and we only did a couple days resupply where we're at there in Newport, just because of the distance it was. Hot Springs we actually walk right through town. We won't need to get a shuttle to it or anything, so a little easier stop to be able to get good resupply other than getting it from a gas station type store. So we got reservations at the it's called the Laughing Heart Hostel. Has really good reviews and stuff. So not a hotel this time, just a hiker hostel, but they have laundry and showers and things like that, so we'll be able to get cleaned up again and get ready for our next jump, which looks like it may be a little bit longer of a jump this time, maybe another 4.5 or 5 days. So we'll have to look at the maps and have Kendall do some of her magic planning and see how far that jump's going to be. But anyway, so we're going to camp here up ahead a little bit, and then it'll only be like 3 miles in the town tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a short day, but it'll get us in early in the morning with time to eat and do some shopping and stuff before we actually get checked into the hostel in the afternoon. So that'll be a good plan. But alright, let's go ahead and head down and see if we can find us a campsite. Alright, y'all, we found ourselves a spot. Look at that, it's even in the sunshine, it's even level, not on a hillside. So we're going to set up right in here. Kendall's going to get hers up there, and I'll probably do mine right up in here somewhere, or even over there where she's standing, depending on how much room hers takes up. But and we are right behind the shelter. I don't remember what the name of this shelter was. Something Deer Spring Mountain or something like that. Something deer. But it's actually kind of in a neat little area on the little ridge line here. But the shelter itself is pretty old and dirty and dark, so we're not gonna actually sleep in the shelter, even though it's supposed to rain tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much just a basic lean-to shelter with a little floor. But yeah, we think that tents are probably going to be a better bet tonight. But it does have a fire pit and a huge picnic table. There's an outhouse up there on the hill, but plenty of room to tent and such, even a level spot right here to set up a tent. But yeah, we got a good spot back here, so we're going to sit and watch Kendall set up her tent and and help her get set up actually. And yeah, and then we'll cook up some dinner. So let's get these tents up. Alright, y'all, we get all set up, got the tents all set up and such, and got my food packed up there, and just need to go find a place to set it. After we get our trash bag, we're gonna put that in there once Kendall finishes her peanut M&Ms. We'll put that together. Got water ready to go for tomorrow. Kendall actually went down and got us some water, which was really cool. And got my tent over here. I got a little bit of stuff hanging on the bare line. I just our cooking pots and things like that I put in that bag. I hung my bag up there just to let it air out a little bit before I go to bed. But It's kind of damp, but it was sunny out and such, so still quite pleasant out. It's about 6:30. The sun's starting to go down already, but it's not raining anymore, and we're hoping it doesn't rain tonight, but we'll never know. But we are still the only ones here. Nobody else has showed up. We're thinking because we're so close to town that people just continue to push on into town instead of coming up here to the campsite. So we may actually have the campground to ourselves, which is the first time that's happened in as long as we can remember anyway, except for stealth sites that we've just found along the trail. Most of the shelters and such have been full, so, well, not full, but had people in them. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get cleaned up and call it a night. So hope you all enjoyed the day. I know we sure enjoyed it. We had a great day today. Weather was a little iffy this morning, but it cleared off and the sun came out, so we're happy to be here tonight, and we'll head down into Hot Springs tomorrow morning. So we're only about 3 miles out, so we'll be able to get in there in good time tomorrow morning and get our resupply done and get laundry done and things like that. So alright, hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you back on trail tomorrow.